They are our favorite conjurers of good times.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for your pleasure, my assistants and I will present the famous Hindu rope trick.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 greatest magicians.
1 year ago, I took a chance with an escape created by Houdini called Buried Alive.
This mystical list features the best magicians and illusionists of the world, both those who innovated the craft and others who carried on the tradition.
That right there is a trick.
Number 10. Jean-Eugène Robert-Houdin. Considered a pioneer in the magical milieu, this French illusionist was so influential, he was once asked by the emperor of the Second French Empire to calm French Algerian tribes by publicly mollifying them with magic. Originally interested in watchmaking, Robert-Houdin discovered magic as a teenager when the wrong set of books arrived in the mail, thrilling Parisians at the Palais Royal Theatre and inspiring a young magician by the name of Eric Weitz. More on him later. Jean-Eugène Robert-Houdin read minds, made his son levitate, and caught bullets in his teeth. Not to mention, he also inspired the formal attire that became a standard for modern magicians. Number 9. Lance Burton. Born and raised in Kentucky, Lance Burton shocked the world of magic when, in 1982, he became the youngest person and the first American to win the International Federation of Magic Societies competition in Switzerland.
Roast duck for dinner, everybody. Roast duck for dinner. It's a joke time. I'm not going to roast that duck. That duck wouldn't feed half these people. Now, if I had 2 ducks, why, that'd be a different story.
With movie star looks and unbelievable sleight of hand tricks, Burton appeared numerous times on The Tonight Show and booked record-setting shows at several Las Vegas casinos. Though he's now retired, this magician paved the way for endless Vegas acts and even appeared on the classic TV series Knight Rider.
A valiant attempt, Mr. Knight, but all for naught.
And you know what? He's one of the few people talented enough to make that experience disappear from his resume.
Say goodnight, Elvis. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building and I'm about to do the same. Good night. God bless.
Number 8. Dante the Magician.
Simsalabim. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Born Harry August Jansen, this Danish magician began his career at the turn of the 20th century.
Young man wants to do the 2 halves.
As a member of numerous comedy troupes, Dante the Magician traveled the world in vaudeville acts and spoke his trademark phrase, Simsalabim.
Simsalabim.
His 1955 death marked the end of the gypsy production era, or what's referred to as the golden age of magic, as magicians had a new medium with which to showcase their talents.
There she rests. She could remain there for hours should I so desire. But watch. Margot, hear me. Are you ready? Then go!
While Dante the Magician never became what you'd call a TV star, he was the vaudeville star back in the day.
My next illusion, ladies and gentlemen, is the famous Egyptian invisible transfer. I call your attention to the coffin suspended from the ceiling of the theater.
Number 7. Criss Angel. This mind freak is the definitive TV star of international magicians. Inspired by Harry Houdini, Criss Angel spent years perfecting his craft on the streets before opening an off-Broadway production that would lead to his famous TV show. His illusions have caused some audience members to physically shake from shock and others to literally split in half, while his extended stunts have become Times Square extravaganzas.
Step away.
Now one of the most successful Vegas acts of all time, Criss Angel continues to challenge our perceptions of the impossible and what it means to entertain.
What the f***?
I'm over here.
Okay. What the f***? You have my f***ing legs! What the f*** you do? You have to f***ing fix this! Get the f*** back over here!
Number 6. Harry Blackstone Sr.
Causing one to link within the other. Now figure that out.
Today, magicians rely on personality to promote their craft. But the great Blackstone simply let his work do the talking. With such memorable illusions as sawing a woman in half using a buzz saw and making flowers appear as if from nowhere, Blackstone Sr. also introduced the floating light bulb, a stunt designed by Thomas Edison and later performed by Harry Blackstone Jr., wherein he would make a lighted light bulb float through a hoop and then out to the crowd and over the heads of the audience. Elegant and always well-dressed, Blackstone Sr. even kept the troops in World War II entertained as a performer for the USO.
And here, a bottle of water. And it's magic water because, look, it will not run out of the bottle.
Number 5. Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy were so popular that real estate tycoon Steve Wynn decided to build an entire casino resort around them and their animals.
White lions, white tigers, and a couple of German gents that made the mirage a Vegas reality. Oh my. Now retired, Siegfried and Roy appeared on The Dick Cavett Show way back in the 70s and proceeded to scare the living daylights out of audiences for decades to come with their theatrics. While YouTube introduced Roy Horn to a new generation after a 2003 tiger attack, he and partner Siegfried Fischbacher have long been thrilling folks with their extraordinary tans and furry creatures.
There we go, yeah, and I love you too.
It doesn't necessarily matter if you can't tell who's who. All that matters is their relationship and possible mind control of the animal kingdom. Number 4. David Blaine.
Good.
How cold is it?
It's pretty cold.
You may not realize it, but this street magician just broke another world record. Born in Brooklyn, David Blaine was killing it with magic tricks before most kids learned how to tie their shoes.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a safety net on the bottom just in case he falls. The wind blows or rain or something. There's nothing down there.
His resume of endurance acts often lands him in the Guinness Book of World Records, but he's well schooled in a variety of classical tricks.
See how all the cards start to just disappear? See, everything disappears except for hearts because that's what she thought of.
You might find him on the corner with cards or even atop a 100-foot pole, but you'll undoubtedly walk away shaking your head at his mythical antics. In fact, you might even find yourself a little disturbed. That's what David Blaine does.
You know, I can see in the camera.
Oh, you can? All right, I ruined the trick.
Do you know why you chose that?
Because you forced it on me? I don't know.
No, when I gave her the Sharpie and I showed it to you.
Yeah?
Just rub the logo, look at the logo.
Oh my God, now look at that.
Can you see what it says?
7 of spades.
Number 3, Penn and Teller.
Thanks, gotta run.
Hey, wait! Where are you guys going with my thing?
These two magicians aren't exactly the best of friends off the stage, but their mutual love of magic has made them household names all over the world. One guy's big, the other small. Penn does all the talking, Teller doesn't talk at all.
Tonight we start with psychics who claim they can communicate with the dead. The only truly amazing thing about it is how many people believe.
Together, the skeptical magicians have called bullshit on a variety of topics, but it's their ability to entertain that earned them a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. By keeping audiences laughing, Penn and Teller offer a casual brand of magic/comedy without taking themselves too seriously.
Now will you tell us how you did?
Absolutely. How much money you got?
Number 2, David Copperfield.
They should see the quarter. All you have to do is take the quarter, hang it right there in the air.
Man,
practice
you
that,
have
please.
tricks inside a trick.
He's far more than just a mortal man. He's a living legend. The Library of Congress even said so. David Copperfield became the youngest person to join the Society of American Magicians at age 12, was teaching magic at New York University by the age of 16, and was headlining shows in Hawaii just a few years later. perhaps his most famous act. The New Jersey native made the Statue of Liberty disappear in front of an astonished Big Apple crowd. With a deep desire to move people with his magic, figuratively speaking, David Copperfield shows no signs of slowing down and remains the highest-grossing solo entertainer of all time. Before our top pick appears out of nowhere, here are a few honorable mentions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice this. My last 2 shots have landed in exactly the same slit in the watermelon. A feat so impressive, I am forced to mention it myself.
Valentino, the masked magician. Before I go, I'd like to leave you with this thought. It is my belief that the art of magic is for everyone.
Number 1. Harry Houdini.
He would escape. He escaped from the most complicated handcuffs in the world. These were not ordinary police cuffs. Some of them had double, triple locks on them.
We began with Robert-Houdin and end with the man he inspired, the master of magic, Harry Houdini. After little success with card tricks early in his career, Harry Houdini toured Europe as the handcuff king during his 20s, before bringing it all back to his adopted home of America.
Somehow he gets out of the jail cell, then he takes every prisoner out of every other jail cell and puts them all in different jail cells and recovers his clothes from yet another jail cell and makes it out of the cell block and out of the prison.
With an ability to escape from anything, Houdini introduced his most famous stunt, the Chinese water torture cell, in 1913.
The torture cell was a murder device, you know. I mean, it's like who would come out of that alive? So it's more than just torture, it's execution.
As stars flocked to Hollywood for a chance at stardom, Houdini already had them beat, and naturally became an American icon and undoubtedly the greatest magician of all time. Do you agree with our list?
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the awesome David Copperfield.
Who's your favorite magician? For more mind-blowing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.